Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley. In today's class, we're going to be learning some basic vocabulary to talk about personality and character. This, of course, will involve learning a lot of adjectives. There are so many adjectives to describe a person's personality, character. We can talk about their personality traits, their attributes. In any case, lots of words that we can learn to talk about personality. I found that many second language users really are lacking in this area of vocabulary, so I think this is a great class. We'll be learning these new words by looking at various exercises, fill in the blank and mix and match. As well, very importantly, we'll be learning collocations in English, how these words join with other words, adjectives with nouns, etc., and how they're used. As well, we'll have a little discussion. I'll talk. We'll just have a little conversation about these things as we go along as well. So, okay, let me start out by welcoming students to the class and doing a little microphone check, making sure your audio is working properly. First of all, hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Good morning. Is it still morning? Yes.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning. Also, hello, Javier. Hi, Javier.
How are you doing, Oakley?
Hi, teacher.
I'm doing well, thank you. Good morning. Oh, who was that? Okay. Hello, Alejandro.
Hi, teacher.
Hi. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. It's my evening.
Good evening. Then. Okay. Is it Marcelo?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Marcelo. How are you today? Nice to have you in the class. Terrific. People are coming in fast. And Abraham?
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. Welcome to the class. Nice to have you aboard.
You're welcome.
Okay. And, okay, Julia? Hi, Julia.
Hello. Hello, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us again. Nice to see you again. And Xingyu is with us. Hello, Xingyu.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Everybody's...
For today's lesson, I woke up early for your lesson.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. Good morning to you. Okay, I can hear everybody loud and clear. That's good, because we're all going to be participating. Without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to do a screen share. And we're going to start with some exercises looking at comments and deciding if it's a positive comment about someone's character, personality, attitude, or is it a negative comment? Let me quickly welcome another new student, Diana or Diane. Hello, Diana.
Hi.
Hi. Is it Diane or Diana? Or something else?
Diana is fine. No problem. I live in Colombia. Here is Diana.
Diana. Okay. Okay. Terrific. Thanks for joining us. Nice to have you aboard. And let's see. We also, it looks like Carvalho has joined us. Is that Carvalho? Hi, Carvalho.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the
fine.
class. Great.
Thanks.
Super. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start with Heidi. Heidi,
Yeah.
positive or negative? Number one, go ahead and read the short sentence and then
She
tell
got
me.
so much, she,
Yeah.
she got so much personality.
Is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Yeah, largely that's going to be positive. Okay, absolutely. Usually that's positive. Now, I do have to add that it is possible if someone says this very sarcastically,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they would use too. She's got too much personality.
Yes.
That would be different. Then that would be negative. Maybe somebody's a little overwhelming or overbearing. But yeah, the way it stands, she's got so much personality is very positive. What does that mean, Heidi? Really? Someone's got so much personality.
Characteristic or
Yeah. Why would we say that?
a lot attractive.
Maybe attractive, maybe outgoing, energetic, someone with a lot of energy, someone who really puts themselves out there. Maybe they have a lot of charisma.
Mm.
Oh, Javier, you and I, we're thinking on the same page. Ha! Very good. Although I can spell better, Javier. Ha! Charisma. Yeah, charisma, meaning that people that have charisma are like natural leaders. They engage people. People become interested in them. Someone who's charismatic seems to extend a lot of influence over people, seemingly without effort. Okay, very good. Actually, Javier, I'm going to let you try number two. And
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. She is a bit difficult at times. I think that is a negative.
Yeah, it is negative. It's kind of a polite way to be negative. Sometimes we use this construction, this quantifier, a bit. He's a bit of a pain in the neck. It makes it more polite, but it doesn't change the fact that it is, in fact, negative. That's right. So if someone's a bit difficult, all right. Javier, do you know anybody who's a bit difficult?
Oh yes.
Boss. Oh
Yes,
yes.
my boss.
Your boss. That's the first
Yes,
thing that comes to my
it's
mind.
a bit difficult at times.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes they can rub you the wrong way. All right. Oh, there's a good expression. Somebody rubs you the wrong way. It means that they you can't really pinpoint. You can't really determine exactly what bothers you, but something bothers you about that person. Yeah, it's very similar kind of thing. Right. Okay, Alejandro. Where are you? Alejandro? Alejandro, are you still here? Yeah, you're here. Alejandro, are you there? Okay, we'll come back to you, I guess. Marcelo, can you read number 3 for us?
She's not easy to get on with.
Okay, good. But Marcelo, one thing I want to ask you for, please don't be shy about pronouncing the contractions. Okay, you should get used to that because in English speaking, we don't use full forms. We don't say is not. We say isn't. All right. In writing, here's the difference. In writing, you would probably use full forms, like in business letters or academic writing or journalism. Sure, you want to use full forms, but in speaking in casual English, this is casual English class, so go ahead and, yeah, use the contracted form. She isn't.
Okay.
All right.
She
So,
isn't.
Mhm.
She isn't easy to get on with.
is that positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Yeah, definitely easy. Sorry, definitely negative. Right. To get on with somebody. Okay, I want to make another point here. Americans use this phrase, but British use it more often. If you get on with somebody, or you positive, or you don't get on with somebody, you're not really friendly with each other. All right. Americans are more prone to say get along or get along with. My boss and I get along very well. All right, we're friendly with each other. We like each other. Simple enough. Okay, thanks, Marcelo. Abraham, number 4 here.
She's got a great sense of humor.
Well, close. Pronunciation here. Humor. You hear the H. It's not silent. Humor.
Humor.
Okay.
It's positive.
It is positive. Another small note here. That's British spelling. H-U-M-O-U-R. Americans would spell it H-U-M-O-R. This same spelling thing comes up in other words, like color. Americans drop the U spelling. Okay. What is a sense of humor?
Humor is
That's
funny.
it. Yeah, that's right. She's funny. I could also use the adjective. Humor is a noun, so sense of humor. I could also say she's very humorous. Humorous.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, she's funny. She's amusing. Okay, that's it. Exactly. All right, Julia. Number 5.
She's a bit of pain sometimes. Is negative comment.
Definitely. And don't forget don't drop the article. She's a bit of a. We actually use that
A bit of pain.
to connect the sounds. Bit of a pain. Bit of a pain. Julia, do you know anybody who's a bit of a pain?
I don't understand so much the expression.
Okay. Well, this is a very common expression, okay, especially for Americans. Such in variations. All right. He's such a pain. Don't be a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pain in the neck, or we also pain in the beep. We say that another way, but sometimes pain in the neck is common. Yeah. It means that they do things that are inconvenient. They make you go out of your way. Somebody who's a bit of a pain makes your life more difficult, which is similar to she's a bit difficult at times. Okay. All right. Actually, that reminds me of another kind of phrase that we use to describe character. Somebody who's a bit of a pain might be a high maintenance person. Julia, do you have any idea what a high maintenance person, what that means?
No.
Okay, well, would you know what a high maintenance car is?
High minutes car. No.
Okay, well, maintenance is you need to fix it frequently, repair it, It's always breaking down. It needs a lot of extra energy and effort. So a high maintenance person is somebody, maybe they're insecure, so they need a lot. You have to always be telling them, no, you're good, you're very beautiful, you're very kind, don't worry, everyone loves you. They take a lot of energy and effort. Oppositely, if someone's low maintenance, you can have a low maintenance friend. They never ask anything of you. They never ask for favors. You don't have to compliment them and make them feel better. They're very low maintenance. They have enough money. You don't have to constantly spend effort talking about them or dealing with their problems. Oopsie, got ahead of myself. Okay, number 6. Let's Xingyu.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. How about number 6 here?
Number 6. She's great fun.
Okay.
Very
Positive
good.
or very positive? Xingyu, am I great fun?
You are very humorous and you
Thanks.
are full of fun.
I'm
You
full of
like
fun.
for your students.
All right. Well, I have to tell you.
For
I do have to.
in the world.
Okay. Well, you can stop now. All right, Xingyu. Xingyu, be careful of saying I'm full of, because because when you're describing personality, we only use that phrasing. All right. He's full of. We don't usually say positive things. He's full of something else. He's full of beep. Not good. It's usually how we use that, meaning he tells all kinds of stories that aren't true. He's a liar, can't be trusted. So be careful with using he's full of. You don't normally say he's full of fun, he's full of personality. Instead, we'd say he's got so much personality, or he's great fun. He's a lot of fun. It's normal as well, right? Okay, a person who's a lot of fun. Not only do they have a good sense of humor, but they're always doing something. They're active. They keep things moving. They're not boring. So not only funny, haha, but fun, enjoyment, entertainment, and keeping busy. Not opposite of being bored. Okay. Deanna, about number 7.
7, okay. She can be a pain in the neck.
Okay. Obviously, very similar to number 5.
Yes, it's very negative expression.
It is very negative. Okay. Do you know anyone who can be a pain in the neck?
Yes, a partner.
Okay.
I try to work, but he doesn't. He doesn't let me. He's how can I say it's difficult. He's a difficult person.
Right.
He's fun, but it's not the time for a joke.
Right.
We need to work.
Okay. Right. Sometimes they can be a pain in. Someone who can be a pain in the neck wastes time. That's a very good. They waste time. They make things much more. You have to spend a lot more time and energy to get something done, or they make things more difficult. You just have to spend so much more effort to get things done. This is a common usage, and I would also add that this is very common to talk about our life partner, our romantic partner. Sometimes my wife is such a pain in the neck. Yeah, right. Well, this is extremely common. to say about. Very much so. I think. Well, most English speakers are going to say this about their partner sooner or later. Okay, last one, Caravello.
Okay, teacher. She's my kind of person.
My kind of person.
It's positive.
Very positive.
It's
You're my
like
kind of guy, Caravello.
okay, teacher. It's like okay, kind. Yeah, yes, I know. Okay,
Well,
it's like type, right?
it's positive because when we say he's my kind of guy or she's my kind of person, when we say this, we're saying that we share the same views and attitudes, really.
Okay, okay.
Maybe even actually interests in activities. Oh no, somebody says, oh, there's a giant festival in town. Let's not go to work today. Let's just skip work and go to the festival. I might say, yeah, you're my kind of guy. All right, you're a rebel. You're willing to do things outside the social norm. You're my kind of guy. I'm saying that because they're doing something that I think is great that I might do or might wish I could do. All right.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Now, let's jump into another section. We're going to do a little mix and match. Okay, looking at very specific one-word adjectives which we use to describe personality. Sensitive, aggressive, thoughtful. Then we're going to match that with activities that the person may do. He's always buying me presents. He's always worrying about what people think of him. He's always saying the wrong things. Okay, what kind of activity would somebody with this particular characteristic what kind of activity might they engage in? Heidi, it's back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, read number 1 here.
Tony isn't very sensitive.
Okay, now let's take a look. Not sensitive. What activity might he do?
Mm-hmm. He's always saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, he's always saying the wrong thing. In other words, he's not sensitive about other people's feelings,
Yeah.
and so he doesn't think about how other people might feel. So he says inappropriate or even rude things that hurt other people's feelings. Right. Notice also in regards to English, look at. I also want everyone to take a look at this construction. He is, then the adverb always, and saying is saying. We've got present continuous tense with always stuck in here. This is kind of a set pattern or a set sentence structure that we use to express the idea that whatever somebody's doing really annoys us, perhaps surprises us. We find it shocking. Not surprised because they're always doing it, but maybe shocks us or annoys us. This is a common construction. And we can also use it in the past. I remember my schoolmate, Tom, he was always coming late to school. So, okay. Right. Very good, Heidi. He's always saying the wrong things.
In Japan, we say that read the atmosphere.
Say again?
Read atmosphere. So it means think about the mood in that place.
Ah.
I heard something in
I
English.
see. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking. You got me thinking. There's a way we express that idea And that is possible. I understand exactly what you mean. You need to read the atmosphere before you speak, right? You need to
Yeah.
get a sense of how people are feeling before you just say things. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Idiomatically, Heidi, I might say you need to test the wind. Now, this is similar, not exactly, but very similar. If you need to test the wind, it's kind of exactly what you're saying. Get an idea, and we say it much longer. Get an idea which way the wind's blowing. Just kind of sense how people will react to what you're saying. Okay, Javier, you're still here, right? No, number 2.
Mark's so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What does he do?
he keeps getting into fights.
Yeah, aggressive, belligerent. Okay, someone who's very aggressive is perhaps prone to physical violence. It means they're prone to something. They're more likely than a normal person to do something. So Mark is prone to fighting. All right. That's
Assertive.
it. Assertive. Well, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. A little bit different. Aggressive actually means maybe prone to physical violence. You can be aggressive and not be physical at all. They're close in meaning, but someone who's assertive means they want to always get their way. They want things done in their way. Aggressive, you can be aggressive and just get mad, get angry because people don't do things your way, but maybe simply because people are different than you, or because you're having a bad day. You dropped your cup of coffee and broke it, so you're aggressive and you shout at people. Now, that wouldn't be assertive. That has nothing to do with being assertive. You can be aggressive without being assertive. If you're assertive, that means that you're somewhat, at least mentally, aggressive. Okay? But being aggressive doesn't necessarily mean you're being assertive. Okay, Alejandro, number 3.
Yes, Simon's very thoughtful.
Okay,
And
thoughtful. What are you?
thoughtful. That goes with A. He's always buying me little presents.
Oh, very nice. Okay, very good. So, kind of the opposite of being insensitive.
Yes.
Or what was it? Oops. He isn't very sensitive. Okay, by the way, we can say insensitive. Tony isn't very sensitive. So the opposite of that, being insensitive, is being thoughtful. You care about how other people feel. You're worried about how they're doing. Yeah, and you go out of your way. You spend extra effort to make people happier, more secure. All right, very good. Marcelo, how about number 4?
He's so absent-minded.
All right, what does he do?
E. He keeps forgetting where he's bought things.
Okay. Right. Marcelo, are you absent-minded or not? Some people are, some people aren't.
Repeat, please, teacher.
Sorry?
Repeat, please.
Are you absent-minded?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you forget what you were going to say? Kidding. If you're absent-minded, the stereotype, okay, the typical idea of absent-minded is the professor, the scientist, who is asking, where are my glasses? Where did I put my glasses? And his glasses are on top of his head. That would be that's like the picture
I
of absent-minded. Do you forget where you put things? Your keys and... Yeah, I lose things all the time. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Abraham, number 5. Is Abraham still here? I think he slipped out. Okay. Julia, can you try number 5?
Joe isn't very self-confident.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's see. What does that mean? What is he always doing?
See, he's always worrying about what people think of him.
Okay. Julia, when you were younger, when you were a young teenage girl, were you always worrying about what people thought of you?
No, I know. I
No?
don't remember, but maybe no.
Oh, okay. Many young people, when they go through that stage of life, adolescence, they're very self-conscious, which is another way to say they are not self-confident. They are self-conscious. You're very conscious about other people looking at you, what other people think of you. You're very concerned about that. Okay. Well, that's great. If you were not, many young people are very self-conscious when they're young. Very common. At least, I don't know. At least in American culture, it's really, really common. All right, Xingyu, number 6.
6. He's so vain. Which one?
He's so vain.
E.
What is,
He is always looking in the mirror.
yes. Okay, very good. He's vain. Of course, we have other words to talk about somebody who's vain. Open question to the class. What's another way that we can say someone is very vain? No? And nobody know?
Be proud of.
Well, okay, yes, all right. He's proud of himself. All right, that's the idea.
Conceit.
Conceited, that's a good one. Conceited. Let's see, I
Teacher,
before
can I
E.
respond?
Sorry?
Narcissist.
Oh,
Yeah, very good. He is a narcissist. He's narcissistic. Definitely. That's most certainly right. Someone who's narcissistic, someone who's conceited. Maybe they think that they're most talented. They're the coolest. They're the greatest. Narcissistic, more to do with their appearance. They think they're the cat's pajamas. They think they're very attractive. Of course, and then there's maybe egotistical as well. So, yep. Deanna, okay, very good.
Sorry.
It's okay, no, we're thinking on the same line. That's good. We're on the same page, Deanna, I could say. We're thinking exactly alike. Xingyu, did you have a question or something you wanted to say?
oh, no question. You
Okay.
explain that very well.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, okay. So much for that. Let's Okay, let's move on to another exercise here. Okay, here we're going to be looking at some collocations, far to or much to, in conjunction with an adjective, far too modest, far too sensible. This is a common collocation, a common chunking, how we group the words together to use them to talk about, to comment about a person's personality, especially when we're talking about in a certain situation. Now, in this exercise, I think hopefully you will see this is like a dialogue. One person says one thing, and the other person says the other something else, or it's fill in the blank. So we often comment about someone's personality using this style of phrasing. Okay. Okay. So, who got the last? Oh, okay. So, right, Deanna. All right. So, if I say, I think Mark took some money from my bag while we were out. All right, that's the situation we're talking about. You might reply,
no, he's too honest to do a thing like that.
right. Okay, and of course you can say he's too honest to do a thing like that, or we commonly use he's far too honest to do a thing like that, to add emphasis. Okay, to add more emphasis to it, we sometimes add far or much. He's much too honest. Either way, far or much. Right?
Okay.
It emphasizes the idea. He's much too honest. Okay, you would never steal. If someone's honest, they don't lie, they don't steal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Next one, Caravello. If I say, I'm still waiting for Lisa to say sorry for sending that fax to the wrong address. Carvel, are you there?
Okay, teacher. You wait a long time. Lisa is. Can you? I would like to see the difference. Much loyal.
No. Maybe it'll help to read the rest of the sentence. Lisa's something to admit anything's her fault.
Oh,
she
okay.
won't.
Okay. Far too honest.
No, no. She made a mistake, but she won't admit it not because she's on. If she was honest, then she would admit her mistakes. But she won't.
Okay.
Somebody who won't admit their mistakes.
Much proud.
There you go. Much too proud. Right. Lisa's much too proud to admit anything's her fault. All right.
Okay,
So she'll never say sorry.
Okay.
Okay. And again, much too proud, far too proud. I think in this exercise, in all the examples here, far too or much, I think they're interchangeable, far and much. And again, we say them to add emphasis. All right, Heidi, back to you. Jenny left a window open when she went out this morning. Anybody could have gotten in. Anybody could have got in. All right.
Are you sure it was Jenny? She's too sensible now.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
She's too sensible to do the things like that.
Yeah, she's sensible. She doesn't do stupid things. She doesn't do things that don't make sense, that aren't logical. That's the idea. She's far too sensible to do anything like that. Okay, just a word about could have got. Okay, we've got a modal perfect here. I was hesitant because I get confused when I see got used as a past participle. I know this has to be a past participle. Just a quick sideline. British use got as a past participle, but Americans, I would say gotten. Anybody could have gotten in, G-O-T-T-E-N, as a past participle. If anybody noticed me hesitating as I was reading that, being confused, that's why. Okay, that's it. Someone's too sensible. Okay, Javier. Apparently, Amy asked Tom if he'd like to go out tomorrow night. Javier?
Yes. Can I see the alternative?
Sure. Okay.
Much too loyal.
Okay, I don't believe you. She's much too loyal to ask a boy out. Well, only if she's already has a boyfriend or a husband, then that might be possible. All right. But I don't see anything in context here about having a husband or something already.
Okay. Yeah, well, far too much too shy.
There you go. All right. She's much too shy to ask a boy out. If a girl's going to ask someone out on a date, obviously you don't expect a very shy girl to do that, right? Shy people have a very hard time asking someone out on a date. It's very, very difficult for them, for a shy person, of course. Okay, number 5 here. Alejandro, is he still here? No, I think he split. Marcelo, okay. Marcelo, Julie got the highest mark. Okay, Julie got the highest mark in the class, but she didn't say a word.
Okay, no, she will not. She's far too modest.
Yes, very good. She's far too modest. She's far too modest. That's very good. Also, Marcel, I'm going to remind you again, don't be shy about using these contractions. Wouldn't. Wouldn't. Okay, instead of would not, wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, she's too modest. Modest is the opposite of proud. So if you're modest, you don't brag or you don't talk about your accomplishments, your achievements, your abilities, your skills. All right? If you're modest, you're not going to talk about those things. Okay? So she's not talking about the fact that she got the highest mark in the class. She's not going to. Well, reminds me of another idiom. Marcelo, do you know what it means if you blow your own horn? Here's an idiom. Marcelo, what does it mean if you blow your own horn?
No, teacher.
No idea? Okay. Okay. It's often used, this idiom is often used in this way. A person will introduce when they're going to brag. Okay? I'm going to brag. I'm going to be proud. I'm gonna be a little bit conceited. Okay? I might say, for example, well, I don't want to blow my own horn, but I got a perfect score on the IELTS exam last week. All right? I'm bragging. So we actually use this to introduce the fact that we're going to brag. We're going to be immodest, the opposite of modest. It's an interesting thing that we do in English. We're actually saying, kind of apologizing for the fact that we're going to brag. I don't want to blow my own horn, but I'm an expert skier. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. It was gone. Let's see. Julia's still with us. Julia, I thought Martin was a good friend, but he's been telling everybody that I'm boring. Julia?
Is too loyal? Is much loyal? Can I see the
That's right. You got it. Anyway.
much too loyal?
All right. Okay. Are you sure Martin's much too loyal to say something like that behind your back? What does it mean, Julia? Martin saying something behind your back.
They say something if the person don't is not there, or
That's right. That's it. Right. You say something when the person's not there, they can't hear you. Maybe you think the person will never find out. You're talking behind their back or saying something behind their back. That's right. So if someone's very loyal, they're not going to talk about other people behind their back. They wouldn't do that. You can be loyal, of course, loyal to your company. Loyal, of course, you have to be loyal to your husband or wife, or boyfriend or girlfriend. All right. You're loyal to your friends. You're honest with them. You don't try to trick them. You don't talk behind their back. It's a big one. Okay. Let's stretch this out a little bit here for the next exercise. Hopefully you can all see this. All right. Okay. In this, let's see here. This exercise, we're going to try to match the adjectives in sentence 1 through 5 here with the opposite in A through E. Now, when we're learning vocabulary about personality, there's a lot of negatives. I mean, there's a lot of opposites, okay? He's honest. Many of them we just change by simply adding a prefix. He's honest. He's dishonest. Okay. Sometimes just using not. Okay. Well, he's generous. He's ungenerous. But often we can just add a prefix, but also there are often other words. As I mentioned in the very beginning of a class, there are a lot of adjectives in English dedicated to talking about personality. Okay, so let's give this a try. Anyway. Okay, Xingyu, go ahead and read number 1.
Number 1. Tom
Here.
really generous. He bought everyone in the pub a drink last night.
Well, that's...
Oh, I choose D. Don't expect Tom to put any money in the collection. He is much too mean.
Very good. That's it. Okay. Generous. You'll give money. You'll treat people. Okay. Without a problem. Without thinking about it. Without expecting anything in return. Okay, now this is interesting. The opposite. He's much too mean. Well, yes. I mean, absolutely yes. If someone is, this is another meaning of mean. There's a lot of meanings of the word mean. But one of the meanings of the word mean is that they won't spend money. Actually, let me throw this out to the class. Does anybody know any other words?
Stingy.
Stingy. Thank you very much. Someone is stingy. They don't like to spend any money. They're not generous. Okay. They won't. They don't give. Anybody know any other ones? If I call someone a tightwad, okay, wad is a way that a collective noun we use for money, a wad of cash. So someone is tight, a tight wad, then they don't spend their money. Or I can abbreviate that a little and just say he's very tight, or he's tight with his money. Right. Another one, less common, but I could say he's a skinflint. That's a weird, strange one, but someone who's a skinflint also, same thing. Very close-fisted. Okay, that's a good one. Close-fisted. Okay, that works. Right. Okay. A piker. Oh, yeah, well, sometimes, Diana, a piker, right? But a piker, maybe they don't want to spend money, but maybe because they don't have any money.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit of a difference there.
Yes.
Somebody without any money, so you won't spend any money. Slight difference there. Piker's
Okay.
very British. So he's mean. No American would actually say he's much too mean.
Okay.
An American would say he's much too mean to mean that he's cruel. He's cruel to other people. So yeah. Okay. Lots of different words there to look at. All right. Deanna, how about number 2?
Okay. Claire's very hardworking. She never leaves the office until after 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I think it's the E. I can't believe Emma's husband's so lazy. He just sits and watches TV all evening.
Very good. Yes, that's it. Hardworking and lazy. Direct
Lazy.
opposites. They're
Yes.
direct. In fact, they're direct opposites. By the way, direct opposites in English are sometimes called antonyms. Antonyms,
Yes.
right? They are antonyms. And of course, words that have the same meaning are called synonyms. Yeah, so lazy and hardworking are direct opposites. Absolutely. Okay, very good. Carvalho is good now. Going. Okay. Heidi, back to you. Let's take a look at number 3. Whoops. Sorry about that. Hang on a second. Wrong click. Okay. Heidi, number 3.
Tina is very outgoing. She's made friends with everybody else in the class already. Later, Bruno is so shy. I don't think he's spoken to any of the other students yet.
Yeah, that's it. So, right. This is a classic way to talk about personality, and one of the first things that we normally might talk about. Another way, more formal word, for outgoing. Heidi, do you know a more formal word for outgoing by chance?
Ah, another way.
Yeah.
So, social person.
Okay, yeah. All right, someone's very social. Yeah. Another kind of more formal way that we often divide people into two groups. Okay, we extrovert,
Positive.
extrovert, or an introvert.
Yeah.
Right. This is common. Extrovert means outgoing, extra, out. An introvert, internal, in. They keep things inside. They don't socialize. Right. They prefer to be by themselves instead of in a social setting. Right. Okay. Javier, how about number 4?
Brian's a very easygoing sort of guy. Nothing seems to worry him. I choose letter C. Lucy's very tense. She is always worrying about something or other.
Yeah, very good. Javier, are you an easygoing guy or are you a tense kind of guy?
No, I am an easygoing guy.
I thought so. I suspected as much.
Okay.
I thought so. You seem like a pretty easygoing guy. All right. That's not things don't bother you. Easygoing, or you could say someone's very relaxed. Okay. If someone's tense, interesting one that I like to use is I might say that Lucy in this example, Lucy is tightly wound, as in wind, wind something. You wind a string if you're going to fly a kite. You wrap it around and around and around. So if someone's tightly wound, they're really tense. Right.
Is a low-key person?
Tightly wound? No, tightly wound means they're very tense. If the kind of person, if you walk up behind them and you go and you say hi, and they're not expecting you, they'll jump through the ceiling.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and the smallest thing gets them upset, and she's very worried and concerned about every little detail. They're kind of freaking out all the time. Okay, last one here. Okay, Marcelo, number 5 here.
Jack's such a cheerful little boy. I've never seen him in a bad mood.
Very good.
I don't understand why he's so miserable. He never stops complaining.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody likes a whiner. Is that true, Marcelo? Nobody likes a whiner, right? Do you know what a whiner is?
I don't know.
Why, Marcelo? Why don't you know what a whiner is? What's the matter? Why don't you students know the answer? I'm being a whiner. A whiner. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. When are we going to get there? When are we going to leave? A whiner is somebody who complains much like a child complains. Okay? And they use a very specific intonation. When are we going to get there? I'm hungry. I want an ice cream. I'm hot. I'm cold. Okay, anybody. Anyway, a whiner's a kind of complainer. Okay, we are out of time. I hope you guys learned some valuable and useful vocabulary today, and I thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you again soon here on Verbally. Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Bye bye.